13th straight year the Jets and Eagles meet in the preseason finale. The weather here in East Rutherford, 75 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And let's welcome in the third member of our broadcast team. It's Otis Livingston standing by with Jets head coach Rex Ryan.
Rex, no Mark Sanchez or Geno Smith tonight. Matt Simms gets to start. What has impressed you about him this preseason?
Well, I think production's the first thing. I think leads the NFL with 135 quarterback rating. So, you can't ignore that. The young man, possesses a big arm. Obviously got great bloodline. So we'll see. He gets a shot, his first opportunity ever to start in the National Football League. So, I'm excited to watch him.
Will we get to see the newly acquired Graham Harrell?
Probably so. He's had about 5 minutes of meeting time. So, hey, who knows?
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck tonight. Aye, Graham.
All right, Otis, thank you very much. There is Graham Harrell, just signed as a backup because of the injury to Greg McElroy, and they have to sort out exactly who's going to be on this roster. Simms does have practice squad eligibility, so there is the potential, if Sanchez was healthy enough for week 1, that Simms could go on the practice squad. They would keep just 2 quarterbacks on the active roster. Where does McElroy fit in? All of this still needs to be sorted out.
And don't think for 1 second, if everything is not correct at the quarterback position, that John Idzik wouldn't keep 4 guys, especially for a week or 2 weeks.
Jets won the toss. They will receive. Alex Henry will kick it off for Philadelphia. And Kyle Wilson is the deep man for the Jets. That's another area that the Jets are trying to sort out. The kick return game after Joe McKnight got released earlier this week. McKnight, Braylon Edwards, and Steven Peterman, the veterans that were released from the Jets. We're underway here at MetLife Stadium. Deep kick. It's Wilson who takes a knee, and the Jets will have it at the 20-yard line. So Matt Simms, in his first year in the NFL out of Tennessee. Simms, a standout at Don Bosco Prep in Ramsey, New Jersey. Of course, the son of our CBS Sports colleague Phil Simms. And there's no reason to send the Simms on the Maury Povich show. You can tell that Matt's his son, most definitely.
Without a question. You look at the eyes right in there, it looks the same.
On first down, Simms on a pump. Simms throws, almost intercepted, and should have been picked off.
Holding, offense number 75, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Mohamed Massaquoi was the intended receiver for New York, and Simms telegraphed this ball. Sliding through, Chris McCoy got his hands on it.
Chris McCoy is a linebacker, but he was probably some defensive lineman back in history, because those were terrible hands. He should have had an interception. Once again, quarterback Matt Simms, young, just trying to look who's open.
Jason Smith is starting at left tackle. On a handoff, Khalil Bell. That's another area where the Jets have some decisions to make at running back. 5-yard gain. We talked about McKnight no longer on the squad, but the news coming down this week that Mike Goodson, who was signed during the offseason to a 3-year, $6.9 million deal, has returned to the team, but he's already been suspended for the first 4 games of the regular season for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. Back in May, he was arrested on drugs and weapons charges in New Jersey. With the handoff, Simms in some trouble. And he is dumped. McCoy over there, getting some help from Vinnie Curry.
Well, you take a look at the offensive line and you say, well, there's a little too much pressure going on here. So if I were Mr. Simms, I think I wouldn't hold the ball longer than 3 seconds. If you don't see it, throw it away.
Smith at left tackle. Brian Winters is at left guard. Vladimir Vitas is at right guard. O'Day Abushi is at right tackle. Simms in trouble. Trying to get rid of it, and it will be a safety. Brandon Graham getting to the quarterback. And the Jets with a rough start to open up.
Simply put, there's really no blitz. One block is mixed in the backfield. Again, as a quarterback, if this is coming, get rid of it, you're in the end zone. But, Matt, of course, as things happen so fast, he hasn't been in that position. Starting quarterback, things happen in that fast.
So Rex Ryan and the Jets down on the scoreboard. And Philadelphia hasn't even had the ball yet.
No, and one of those things is if you're a back, well, you better pick up that blitz and stay with him. Even though that guy's a pretty big gentleman out there. He's got to be 255, but still, as a running back, you better keep your feet on the ground when you're blocking those linebackers. Don't get up off your feet or you're in trouble.
Free kick now for the punter, Robert Malone. Philadelphia with a 2-0 lead. Jordan Poyer and Russell Shepard are deep for Philly. So a lot of attention on the quarterback position for the Jets based on what happened against the Giants. Sanchez injured in the fourth quarter after the hit by backup defensive lineman Marvin Austin. Bruised right shoulder joint for Sanchez. Malone punts it away. Poyer, the deep man, pretty good kick by Malone. Poyer right up the middle. He takes a lick right at the 35-yard line. A 21-yard return. Rontez Miles with the stick for New York. So that's where Philadelphia will open up. Marty Mornhinweg, offensive coordinator, spent 10 years with the Philadelphia Eagles in that position under Andy Reid, who's now the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, and Chip Kelly in his first year as a head coach in the NFL running the Eagles. Nick Foles, starting quarterback tonight for Philadelphia. Michael Vick has been named the starter for the regular season opener. Again for Bryce Brown, cannot get to the corner and turn it. Nick Bellore helped make sure of it. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
Well, Nick Bellore, he made a real nice play there, but what's happened, the Jets have been torched a couple times off tackle. You can bet that's what they practice. Don't get beaten off tackle. If you have fill, you be the fill guy. If you have force, you force it. And everybody else run to the sidelines. Good play by the Jets defense.
Defensively, we'll see a bunch of different faces. Leger Duzabol is in there. Junior Amavi, Antonio Garay. Foles slow down, and he loses the football. Foles coughs it up, and the Jets take over. Ricky Sapp knocks it free. Antonio Garay on the recovery, and a big smile for Rex Ryan as his defense makes a play.
It's real. It's a safety blitz is on the outside, and what's happening is Jaquan Jarrett comes out off of his safety position on the corner, gets in there, and then, of course, he gets finished off. And when you're being bounced around as a QB back there, it doesn't matter. You're jostling, and next thing you know, you get hit, and the ball comes out.
So the former Eagle, Jaquan Jarrett, out of Temple, got the initial pressure on Foles and threw off the timing. If this team is going to be competitive in 2013, it's going to start on the defensive side of the ball.
It sure simply is. And again, at that position, the safety position with Jaquan Jarrett and Antonio Allen, that's a good competitive piece that the Jets are going to look at for this game.
Ryan Spadola with the catch. He's been the feel-good story of this preseason for the Jets. Spadola, Jersey product, out of Howell, New Jersey. Wayne Corbett reached out to him, gave him some advice, told him what to expect from here on in. Spadola has come out and said, he told our group, really honored just to be compared to Wayne Corbett, who had such a productive career with the Jets. Bell with a head of steam. And the hole closed up quickly. A 3-yard gain for Khalil Bell. Sets up 3rd down. Attention, Big Brother fans. Tonight's episode will air on our sister station, WLNY TV, 10:55. Find out who will be sent packing. And all new Big Brother, that's tonight, 9 o'clock on WLNY TV, 10:55. So a 3rd and 7 now for the Jets. Sims will operate out of the gun. Spadola and Zach Rogers, the wideouts. Sims steps up. Sims throws underneath. Caught by Rogers, and he angles out of bounds. That's enough for a 1st down, a 10-yard pickup. Rookie out of Tennessee, Rogers. Rookie out of Tennessee, Matt Sims, connecting on that one.
Right, you have good protection in the middle, step up, hit the crossing guy, and again, this is what that offense is about. Cross the defense at different vertical levels, and you're going to get somebody open if you have protection along the offensive line. Good play.
Marty Mornhinweg, that West Coast offense.
And Rogers has done a lot. He's done something every time he's been in the game.
Spread. Sims incomplete with a flag thrown. Sims trying to make the connection to Conrad Rulin, the tight end.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 50. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Veteran referee Terry McCauley on the call in this one tonight. And a hold against the defense, Casey Matthews.
Sneaky linebackers, those sneaky guys. And listen, there's times you're going to have to hold somebody, but the more experience you get in the league, you only hold in the first 5 yards, and then you've got to let them go.
So first down for the Jets at the 11-yard line. Looking to get on the board. They trail 2-0. Sims. Protection holds up. Sims throws on a quick hitter. Short one to Spadola. And they'll pick up 4 yards on the play. Play whistle dead. Spadola told us, look, I'm not the fastest guy. I'm not the shiftiest runner. My strength is catching and securing the ball. That's why I'm getting a shot on this team.
And he's done it very well this preseason, along with all the other wide receivers. It's amazing from one year to the next what wide receivers are going to do in catching the football. Hold on to it.
Moses Madu, Wildcat. It's Bell off the direct snap. Bell fighting for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Khalil Bell. Good blocking up front as the Jets go in front. Abushi and Winters creating some space.
Jets had an auspicious start with the safety. Then defense gets a turnover, and then all of a sudden you're in a wildcat look, albeit it was a rough wildcat. But Khalil Bell gets it up the middle, keeps his feet moving, of course. That's the secret at running back, and then goes into the TD.
Extra point. It's the newest Jet, along with Graham Harrell. Dan Carpenter, the former Miami Dolphin. As Nick Folk continues to have competition, they release Billy Cundiff, and Carpenter is now part of the mix. 5 plays, 29 yards. The Jets, after the safety, take the lead, 7-2. Time for our Dodge scoring summary. 5 plays, 29 yards. It took 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Khalil Bell looking for a spot on this team with the situation surrounding Mike Goodson, who will not take up a roster spot, won't be eligible to join the team and the active roster until October 7th at Atlanta. Dan Carpenter kicks it off, so the Jets are giving him a look here. Russell Shepard will take a knee, and the Eagles will have it at the 20-yard line. Jets in front, 7-2. We're in the first quarter from MetLife. First quarter action in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Jets 7, the Eagles 2 in the preseason finale. 33rd all-time preseason meeting between these two teams. 8 total yards in the game. So we got points on the board. Foles out of the gun. Give is to Bryce Brown, the backup to LaShawn McCoy. Chip Kelly making the decision not to play his starters either. 3-yard pickup hit by Ricky Sapp for New York.
And there are a lot of guys here that are still trying to make this football team. And of course, there's some that nobody will think they're going to make the team. But if you show something, some spark, that gives a coach that opportunity to say, I'm going to keep you another week. That's what they're doing tonight.
Linebackers Sapp, Danny Lansana, and Nick Bellore. Foles. Pocket holds up. Now he's moving out of it. And Foles will throw it away in the direction of Clay Harbor. Ricky Sapp supplying the heat on Nick Foles, the second-year QB out of Arizona. There's fantasy football, and there's legit fantasy football. NFL.com Fantasy offers a legit NFL managed league with free live scoring and instant video highlights. Go legit. Sign up for free at NFL.com/fantasy. Call it 3rd and 6 for Philly. Ellis Lankster, Kyle Wilson, the corners. On 3rd down, Foles steps up. Foles in some trouble. Tries to flick it, but he was hit from behind by Duzable.
Good play by Duzable. Duzable ran past him, came back, still went after him, and this is what the Jets like about Duzable's just got a motor on him. And all of these defensive linemen have these motors. Boy, he looked down, didn't he? Let's check his knee. Down, down. The quarterback was down. Hurt his fingers when he hit the turf also.
Douzable is a veteran out of Central Florida. He's been with the Giants. He's been with St. Louis, Jacksonville, Tennessee, and it looks like he's going to make this roster. He has quietly gone about his business in this preseason, has made some consistent plays.
That's right, because you know Rex Ryan's loving the defensive linemen guys. They are.
Donnie Jones, the veteran punter. Kyle Wilson is two backpedals to the 19. Wilson tried to dance his way up the field, and he gets drilled after the 6-yard run back. Colt Anderson, first man down the field. Matt Sims running the offense for the Jets with a 7-2 lead. 9:25 to go in this opening quarter. The Jets 7, the Philadelphia Eagles 2. Matt Sims will see extended time. There could be a chance he might see all of the time under center, although Rex Ryan telling Otis Livingston that we shouldn't be surprised if we see Graham Harrell, the former Green Bay Packer, in there at some point.
Well, I think that you would just have to put him in just in case, but you never know what's going to happen with the quarterback situation here with the Jets now.
McElroy, a knee injury. He aggravated it on Tuesday. That's why he's not available. Pitch to Bell. Khalil Bell, a strong cut up the field, and Bell able to move the pile with him. It's an 8-yard pickup. Bell, a former member of the Chicago Bears. We talk about that running back position. You've got Chris Ivory. You've got Bilal Powell. And then Khalil Bell is the next man up with the Mike Goodson situation. Tommy Bohannon's the only fullback on the roster.
He is, and either that's poor tackling or that's pretty good running. You can be the judge, but the one thing I do like about Khalil Bell is he keeps his legs moving. We talked about that on the touchdown run.
Spent a month with the Jets last season. Here's Bell, right up the gut. Khalil Bell picks up 3. Tough running once again for Bell. There is Bilal Powell.
He's had a great preseason, by the way, Bilal Powell. Something that a lot of Jet fans didn't think he really could do, but he showed a lot in this preseason.
We spoke with him this week. He said, I think I'm the kind of running back that can play any role. I'll handle the full load, split with Ivory. He's open to whatever Marty Morningweg needs from him.
He was lying. He wants the whole load. What, are you kidding? Look out.
Sims thrown down, untouched. Coming right through the middle, Emmanuel Acho. A loss of 9 on the play.
That's very difficult when you don't pick up the linebacker over the guard center guy. You've got to somehow get the right line call. Now, again, you don't know if that's the quarterback who didn't get that right or the offensive lineman. So you're going to blame both of them, and why not? 9-yard loss on the play.
Acquired from Cleveland in a trade. Acho in his second year out of Texas. Moving pocket. Sims showing off that arm strength, but it's too high and too far for Obamanu. Ben Obamanu trying to make this team. He's in a battle with the likes of Ryan Spadola and Mohamed Massaquoi. Braylon Edwards, were you surprised that Edwards was let go earlier this week?
You know what? I'm not surprised when any veteran gets let go from a team that's really in a transition, because it's very tough. If you are not doing something that's special as a veteran, I don't think that they're going to sit around and try to wait for it. They'd rather have a younger guy come out and do something.
Now 3rd and 19 for the Jets. Low snap. Sims handles it. Sims, rush coming, gets rid of it, and threads the needle to Zach Rogers. First down, New York, out across midfield. The gun from Sims connecting for 23 yards and a new set of downs.
Roger the Dodger is not a bad name for this kid. Nice play. Gets open, stops in the zone, turns around. Good play. Good throw by Sims to the open side. Good play by a kid trying to make a football team. Good play by Sims hanging in there. Nice.
Took the hit from behind from Benny Logan, the rookie out of LSU, 3rd-round draft pick.
In the old days, they didn't call that a hit, just so you know.
Really? Hand off to Khalil Bell. Picks up 3 yards up the middle. Don't miss the next CBS 2 Jets game Thursday, September 12th at 8 p.m. All the action right here on CBS 2 when the Jets take on the New England Patriots. That's Thursday, September 12th on CBS 2. So Jason Smith picked up recently by the Jets. He was with the team last year. Number 2 pick overall in the 2009 draft out of Baylor. Played with St. Louis. He's manning the left side of the line. Sims throws a rope to Michael Campbell. And another New York first down.
Now that is a wonderful pass play. It's a back shoulder throw. It takes timing. It takes a quarterback with a real good arm. Nice play by both Matt Sims and Michael Campbell.
17-yard pass play. Mark Sanchez, no additional word on his status. The right shoulder injury, whether or not he's going to be available for week 1 against Tampa Bay. That's the season opener for the Jets. Jets have to get down to 53 on the roster by Saturday at 6 p.m. Sims, look out! Sims coughs it up. Chris McCoy busting free as the Jets do recover with Jason Smith jumping on it. It's a loss of 12 on the sack.
Well, Jason Smith there yelled, "Look out," to Matt Sims, although none of us could hear it. That's what he yelled. Then he said, "I'll get the ball," and that's what he did. So the Jets got lucky on that. Matt Sims with his back turned to the rush. That's always tough to hold on to the ball then.
4th sack for Philadelphia. So now a 2nd and 22. McCoy has his 2nd sack of the night. Under 5 minutes to go now in the first quarter. From the gun, Sims puts some heat on it to Obamanu. There's no questioning the arm strength of one Matt Sims out of Tennessee.
And you know, for some reason, I think this is a lot of Marty Morningwig and what he's doing with these Jets wide receivers, the offense, the way it's run. This is the guy you're throwing it to. Chuck the ball down there. It's a real simple read for the quarterbacks, and I think that's something that the Jets have been missing for a long time.
Won a New Jersey State title with Don Bosco Prep before moving on to Louisville. Then a stint at El Camino College in California before re-emerging at Tennessee. High throw. Spadola the intended target.
That's a high throw. You got a little happy feet here, and what happens is quarterbacks, and you're going to see, he gets jammed here after 5 yards. That's a little timing issue, and so when you're chopping your feet as the quarterback, you certainly don't want to throw it inside, so you throw it behind you.
Well, the battle at the kicking spot. Dan Carpenter went to the Pro Bowl in 2009 as a member of the Miami Dolphins. This is a 45-yard attempt for Carpenter, trying to impress the coaching staff, and he sneaks it in to give the Jets a 10-2 lead.
He's pretty good from the 30-yard line in. He's money. Between 30 and 40, this might be a question, but 40 to 50, he can do it good too when we get back.
And a consistent performer for the Dolphins. Will he push Nick Folk for the job? Dodge scoring summary, 11 plays, 47 yards. Carpenter hits from 45 yards away and a 10-2 lead for the Jets.
Now you know what a skinny Nick Mangold would look like.
Right there.
Right?
It's a before and after.
My little brother.
Nick Folk will kick it off for the Jets. Russell Shepard is deep. Folk able to bang this one through the back of the end zone. Eagles will have it at the 20 with 4:01 to play in this first quarter. That would be the after. And a full-grown lumberjack beard. Marty Morningweg meeting with his quarterbacks during the break in the action, including Sims. Mark Sanchez was on the phone with the coaches upstairs. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. Zigzag move by Bryce Brown, and he takes it for 4.5 yards, just shy of the 25. Tune into Jets Huddle for a fast-paced inside look at the lives of Jets players told by the players themselves, starting Saturday, September 7th, 11:35 p.m. on CBS 2. Josh Bush is in with Jaquan Jarrett and Antonio Allen playing 3 safeties right now. 2nd and 6. Brown able to find daylight. 11-yard pickup, hit down low by Bush.
And that's a good play by the Eagles, because it's very difficult for the Jets to maintain leverage on that play because you can't see the running back. So linebackers say, I've got to move, and then all of a sudden the kid pops to the weak side and bang, he's got 8 yards.
First down for the Eagles. 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Chris Polk is now in there. Second year out of Washington. Foles. Pocket collapsing. Could not make the connection with Polk. Tried to lead him on the swing pass. Jaquan Jarrett getting in the face of Nick Foles with the pressure. The CBS 2 Mobile Weather Lab takes live forecasting to a whole new level, patrolling the streets and bringing you the most up-to-the-minute forecasts from the center of the storm. See the Mobile Weather Lab only on CBS 2 News. 2nd and 10 now from the 34-yard line. Foles operating out of the gun. Handoff for Polk. Slicing his way for a 3-yard pickup. Jarrett there defensively for the Jets.
And the Eagles are working on that read option play, the read option that, you know, they have the same offensive blocking scheme, whether it's a pass or a run, and they're seeing how it's working, and they need all the work in the world for it, because you never know who's getting injured, when they're getting injured. You've got to be able to run it crisply and correctly each time.
Successful college coach making the jump to the NFL. Chip Kelly the latest. 3rd and 7 now for Philly. Polk remains in the game. Shotgun. Rush coming. Foles steps up, avoids the rush. Incomplete. Slinging it over the middle as Foles took a hit. Will Murphy, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down.
And the Jets' defensive line tonight and all preseason has been pretty good. They have pressure. This is a 4-man zone blitz rush. And you take a look at it, and you have guys still rushing the passer. There, of course, Garay making a hit on the quarterback at the end.
No Quentin Coples suffered that foot injury. Injured right ankle, out indefinitely. Happened against Jacksonville. Kyle Wilson, the return man, able to handle it. Fair catch called for. They're going to have it at the 11-yard line. A 52-yard punt. New this fall on CBS 2. Toni Collette and Dylan McDermott star in the 15-episode thriller Hostages. This fall, only CBS 2. So the Jets take over. They'll spot the football at the 10-yard line. Mark Sanchez, Geno Smith, Graham Harrell, and Greg McElroy. That's 4 QBs lined up along the sideline with Matt Sims under center for the Jets. Khalil Bell. He gets wrapped up immediately by Benny Logan. No gain on the play. What have you seen out of Matt Sims in this first quarter?
Well, first of all, he's been under pressure early. And in the end zone, see, that's no excuse for him. He should have thrown the ball. But sometimes when you have a lineman up in the middle of a line, no one touches him. That was shades of last year for Mark Sanchez, what was happening to Matt Sims there. But he's hanging in there. He's forgetting about it. He's going to go to the next play, the next series. That's good. Just don't make a mistake with the football.
Caleb Schlauderoff is the center for New York. 2nd and 10. Protection is there. Sims. Deep ball. Incomplete. Michael Campbell.
Now that's a catch Michael Campbell could have had, and it's a catch that if you want to make the football team, you have to make. This one is a real good pass. He sits it right in there. He had his hands on it. Those are the plays that you want these young guys to make. So it gives you a visual of what they can do maybe once or twice in a season inside the red zone, or when he gets on the field, you're not afraid to put him on there in a regular game.
Edison, New Jersey native Campbell. 3rd and 10 now for the Jets. Just over a minute to go in this first quarter. Sims from the gun. Steps up. Sims, and through the hands of Conrad Rulin, the 2nd-year tight end from Stanford. The Jets with a rather quiet 3 and out.
You can't fault a quarterback when he puts the ball in a pair of hands on a receiver. Once again, and I can't stress it enough. As a receiver, you can't drop a ball, let alone let it go through your hands. You've got to really be concentrating on what is at hand, not what's behind you.
Robert Malone, who's won the punting job. formerly of the Detroit Lions, now in his third year from Fresno State, punting to Jordan Poyer. Poyer returnable, but he is dumped at the 43-yard line by Ryan Spadola, trying to make sure that he opens the coach's eyes on special teams as well. New this fall, the only thing worse than having your parents split up is having them move in. Will Arnett stars in The Millers this fall, only CBS 2.
Good point on Spadola. There he is, the wide receiver, catches every ball, then runs down on the punt team and makes the tackle. Gotta love a kid like that.
First down, Foles. Looked like that ball was dropped, and it was. Danny Lansana with the hit as Zach Ertz was unable to control it. Another tight end out of Stanford, and Foles is now 0 of 5 throwing the football.
Well, and that was a good play by Lansana, because he was able to hit the arm from behind before he was able to gather the ball. That, I'm not going to fault the receiver for that.
It's been a struggle for Philadelphia. Fumble, punt on the first 3 possessions. Now a 2nd and 10 with 50 seconds to go. Foles. Oh, some trickery. Greg Salas looked like Foles was going to run it. Instead, he throws it to Salas, former St. Louis Ram and New England Patriot.
Okay, so watch this read option, folks. And this is why it's a dangerous play. The quarterback throws, he gets sandwiched in between 2 defensive players. This read option, boy, it looks wonderful when it works. But if your quarterback is going to get hurt in that, this is going to be a short history on the read option.
Lateral backward pass from Foles. You're right. He did take a shot. 3rd and 3 now for Philly. Foles throws. It's dropped. And he put that one where it had to be to Clay Harbor. Unable to hold on to it. Philadelphia will punt yet again. Well, Michael Vick, he's going to be running this offense for real.
And you think he's going to stay healthy all year running a read option?
Well, Greg, in his career, he has played all 16 games once. That's it.
That's good average salary for him, I would think.
He's done pretty well. Zach Rogers will return it from Donnie Jones. Philadelphia opens up with Washington on Monday night. Fair catch at the 9. 40-yard punt. Jets are pinned deep in their own territory again. 12 seconds left in this first quarter. Weeknights on CBS 2 News at 11. More exclusives, more investigations, more stories that are important to you and your family. CBS 2 News at 11 with Maurice Dubois and Christine Johnson. Expect more. Jets have it at the 9-yard line. They've got a 10-2 lead, 12 seconds to play, and they have dominated the time of possession.
I'll tell you, I like this kid Rogers. Can return punts, special teams, catches the ball.
Sims unable to hit Moses Madu. Little play fake initially as Madu released out to the flat.
It's funny. Everybody that watches the NFL watches quarterbacks and running backs always mess that play up. And it looks so easy, but it is amazing how particular you must be as a quarterback, your footwork and your pass and the running back. Anything that goes wrong screws that play up.
It's 4 straight incompletions now for Sims. Rogers, the motion man, 8 seconds to go in the first. Running play, Madu. And that'll be the final play of this first quarter. Madu picks up 3 yards. End of the first at MetLife Stadium. The Jets have a 10-2 lead on the Philadelphia Eagles in the preseason finale. You're watching New York Jets football on CBS 2. Iron Eagle Greg Buttle, Otis Livingston. Start of the second quarter. The Jets leading the Philadelphia Eagles 10-2. Final game of the preseason. Both the Jets and Eagles interaction at 2-1. Jets coming off that 24-21 overtime win against the Giants in a wacky game. Philadelphia 31-24 victory at Jacksonville on Saturday. 3rd and 7 now for the Jets. Matt Sims trying to win a spot on this Jets roster. Sims throws underneath to Obamanu, and not enough for a first down. Take a look at our first quarter stats presented by Toyota. The nationwide clearance event is going on now. Jets go for 64 total yards in that first quarter. Philadelphia turned it over. They hold Philly to -3 passing yards. Time of possession was lopsided.
It doesn't matter if your first team's playing, your second team, or your third. If you can hold a team to -3 yards passing, that's what you want to do, because you don't score points by running the ball, folks. You score it by passing.
Robert Malone to Jordan Poyer. And out along the sideline, that ball went out of bounds short of the 45. Philadelphia will have excellent field position, 38-yard punt. Hey, Jets fans, join the Jets as they get back to green and white by celebrating 2013 kickoff week and help them count down to the home opener on September 8th. Find out more at NewYorkJets.com/kickoff. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. Junior Amavi is now in for New York. Royce Adams is in the secondary. And Nick Foles remains in there for Philadelphia. On time to Bryce Brown. He's into Jets territory, out of bounds at the 45. It's an 8-yard pickup through the air. First completion for Foles. Nick Foles has been under heavy pressure so far in this first half. 2nd and 2 now for Philly. Foles now 1 of 7. They'll run the ball with Brown. And Brown has stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Well handled by Antonio Correa across that defensive line.
Now we're looking at a little type of hurry-up offense by the Eagles.
So 3rd and 2 now for Philly. Brown spin move, and that will get him enough for the first down. Initial contact would have left him short. Instead, he turns it into a 3-yard gain and a new set of downs for the Eagles to work with.
Again, the read option here, he's got one hit. That's the hit that should have been made in the backfield. But, of course, when the back spins, you can't be closing your eyes as a linebacker. And Lansana obviously did that and missed that guy.
On first down, Foles connects. Jaquan Jarrett there to hit Zach Ertz. Picking up the pace. That's the goal right now for Philadelphia under new head coach Chip Kelly. Offensive plays in the preseason, 86 against New England, 69 against Carolina, 70 against Jacksonville, an average of 75 plays per game.
And I'll tell you, you get that many plays in a game when you throw the ball, because that's what the game's about, throwing the ball. And, of course, Marty Morningwig has come in here, and here's a guy that's what he wants to do. He wants to throw the ball. Rex Ryan wants to play pass defense now, and he's got a defensive line that can help him do that.
Chris Holt picks up the yardage for Philly. This time Foles looking to throw. Over the middle, sliding attempt. Incomplete. Zach Ertz. And it's 4th down for the Eagles.
I think a lot of the Jet fans are going to be happy with the Jets defense that rushes the passer. And Rex Ryan's made it a point with this defensive line that he has in place with Wilkerson and Pockles and Henrik Ellis and
they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. 52-yard field goal attempt is what Chip Kelly could have gone for. Instead, it's 4th and 2. They go incomplete through the hands of Greg Sellis. Nick Bellore put the heat on Foles, and the Eagles turned it over on downs. Jets offense will come back onto the field with a 10-2 lead here early in the second. New York Jets football on CBS 2 is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New York Jets. And by Honda America. Get a deal on a car you'll love at the Honda Summer Clearance Event. 12:16 to play, first half. Jets with a 10-2 lead on Philadelphia. Matt Sims back to throw, dump off, sets it up nicely for Moses Madu. And Madu does the rest with a first down out across the 45-yard line. 12-yard pickup. Wide receiver spot Greg, some young players that they're asking to do a little bit more this year, including Stephen Hill, as we take a look at the Buttle Book presented by Ford.
And Stephen Hill, with his speed last year, fans thought they were getting hasta la vista, baby. But instead, what they got was, and thought was, here's another fine mess you've got us into. But it's elementary, my dear Watson. Catch the ball, and that's what he's done all preseason.
You just had 3 references from 3 completely different decades. Conrad Ruland with the catch.
Versatility, baby.
I think at some point you did a Schwarzenegger impression and a Sherlock Holmes impression.
If he plays this year the way he's played in preseason, Jet fans will forget everything that he did last year, albeit it might have been 2 or 3 drops. They're important drops. They'll forget all about it.
Well, he told us he thinks his understanding of the game is so much higher than it was a year ago. Marty Mornhinweg is asking him to be more precise, lets him see the big picture of the offense and what it can be as it develops. Moses Madu, like he was fired out of a shotgun, but Madu goes down hard, and he is grabbing his right knee. 9-yard gain.
It appeared on his cut. He got hit just as he was cutting at the end. We'll take a look and see what happens. Yes, with a helmet on his knee.
And he took that hit from Kurt Coleman, the safety, and Madu tried to avoid him as he cut, went airborne, and now the medical staff is out there to check on the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Moses Madu. 10:43 mark, second quarter. We'll step aside and come right back to MetLife Stadium. Moses Madu was able to walk off on his own, but they're taking a look at that right leg of Madu along the sideline. So Khalil Bell is back in. Will Campbell is in at right guard. Winters is at left guard. And there's Bell banging his way for a 5-yard pickup as we send it downstairs to Otis Livingston.
All right, guys, I'm here with Demario Davis coming in right now.
How you doing, man?
This is kind of a relaxed time for you guys going into the regular season opener. Where is this defense right now?
When you talk about what we are as a defense, I would say I think we would all agree that we're far from where we want to be, but we're right where we need to be. And so if we can just continue to work like we're doing in practices, we'll be ready when week 1 comes.
You're expected to step in for Bart Scott, some big shoes there. What did you learn from Bart last year that you're applying now?
Well, the main thing I learned from Bart was just to be the most physical person on the field. And that's our intensity here. That's our main focus, always being the most physical team. And that's what we want to be each and every week when we step out. But for me, it's just about going out and doing my job. And I think I play with a great group of guys. If me, along with 10 other guys, go out and do our job each week, we'll be okay.
Rex is talking about you becoming a big-time leader for this football team. Says you have a great personality. Do you do card tricks or impersonations, or what do you do that stands out?
I don't know. I just try to be me every day. That's all I can do, man. I just want this team to win. I think everybody wants that. And once you figure out the recipe for victory, you just try to apply that and see what happens at the end of the year.
All right. Thanks a lot, Demario.
Appreciate it.
I am back to you. Thank you.
Sims to Campbell on another strong throw, 12-yard pickup and a first down.
There's a good fake here. Of course, the lineman thinks he's got a draw play tackle in the backfield. But the good play here is the catch by Campbell. Real nice play. Down low where he wants it. Down low where the quarterback wants it. Down low where Marty Mornhinweg wants it. Nowhere that the defense wanted it, though.
Sims now 10 of 15, 101 yards. Clock is rolling. 8:34 to play in the first half. Second catch of the night for Campbell. Out of the gun. Sims throwing under duress. And he hits his man, Zach Rogers. Trying to spin move, limited to a 2-yard gain as he was hit by Wolf of Philadelphia.
And the good thing here, when you take a look at a young quarterback, you've got to be able to stand there in the pocket, and Sims has been able to do that. There, of course, he had looked all arm off his back feet, but the pass was completed, and of course, he didn't take a real big hit, just a little slap happy.
Sims now 4 of 4 on this drive. 24-year-old, Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. 2nd and 8. Deep drop. Sims almost avoided it with the spin, and it's going to go down as an excuse me sack for Everett Brown. And a big loss on the play of 13.
That's about 2.7 seconds. That certainly isn't enough time for Simms to even react, although it was a good reaction. Caught the defender coming out of the corner of his eye, but again, those are things where if you're a quarterback, you've just got to be able to get out of the way for a second just to buy a little time and stand there.
Fifth sack for the Philadelphia defense. 3rd and 21. Set up the screen. Spadola coughs it up. Turnover. Recovered by David Simms for the Eagles. Jets were in field goal range. Spadola, known as sure-handed, but he gives up the football. Turnover, New York. New York Jets football on CBS 2 is sponsored by Dodge. Get great deals on the Dodge lineup now during the Dodge Summer Clearance Event. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New York Jets. And by Ford. For summer spectacular deals, call ** Ford New York from your mobile device. Each team has turned it over once. Philadelphia takes over on a first down throw from Foles, and he drops it in the bucket for Jeff Mayle, who played for Chip Kelly at Oregon. 7-yard pickup, hit by Isaiah Trufant.
We're going to go back to that fumble by Spadola. Now, here's one of two things that Spadola's thinking. I'm going to run through the tackle, or he doesn't see the tackle. So as you run through, you don't concentrate on holding the ball. If you know that you're going to get tackled, you concentrate on the ball. That's a rookie mistake.
Foles fires and connects with Mowa. Afani Mowa, who is 6'7", 239 pounds, a wide receiver and a project. First year out of Boston College, former defensive end. 17-yard gain. Jets with a 10-2 lead on the Eagles. We're down to 6:32 to go in the second quarter. Foles, wobbly throw because it was hit. Deflected by Ricky Sapp. Incomplete. If you're tuning in for CBS Primetime, you can find tonight's programs on our sister station, WLNY TV, 10:55, 2.5 Men at 8 and 8:30. Big Brother at 9 and Elementary at 10. 2nd and 10 now for Philly. See how long Foles remains in there. Matt Barkley should get a shot here for Philadelphia as well. Ricky Sapp the hit. 1.5-yard gain as Bryce Brown gets the call for the Eagles.
And Ricky Sapp's been a lot of places tonight. Last play, the tip pass, Ricky Sapp. This play, action, he's there. And what I like about Ricky Sapp is that he's decisive. He knows where he wants to go. It may be wrong, but he knows where he wants to go, and he goes. And that's easily coached. Once you get a kid that can do those things, then you can coach him the way you need him.
3rd and 8 out near midfield for Philly. Shotgun for Foles. Steps. Foles in trouble. Avoids it. Tosses for the first down. Bryce Brown. Still going. Brown fights for extra yardage, and what looked to be a potential sack turns into a 21-yard gain. Duzable could not get to Foles cleanly.
No, there we go. Hurry up offense. And this is a play you're just running around. Hard for the defensive backs to keep after everybody.
Snap to Foles. The timing was off. Haven't had many penalties. So we can hear from Terry McCauley. Or maybe we won't. Microphone doesn't work. Preseason. These are preseason mics. Motion. So back it up 5 yards. 1st and 15 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, motion penalty, and again, they were trying to hurry up, and one of the players was not set.
We'll hit the 5-minute mark of this second quarter. Jets with a 10-2 lead on the Eagles. Bryce Brown. Not much there. A crowd to meet him. 3-yard pickup for Brown in his second year from Kansas State. Omavi and Ballore combined to bring him down. Support the Jets Play 60 sports equipment drive, benefiting Up to Us by donating new and gently used athletic equipment at every home game this season. Visit NewYorkJets.com/community. for more information. 2nd and 12 now for the Eagles. 4.5 to go, first half. Foles throws. Incomplete. Polk, the intended receiver. Jaquan Jarrett.
And that was good cover. That was good coverage by Jaquan Jarrett because he was able to have a hand on him and not be seen with the hand on the back of him. That's very good. Happened so quickly. Perfect play by Jaquan Jarrett.
Jarrett was a high draft pick. 2nd round pick by Philly out of Temple.
I like him. He can cover. He can blitz. He's pretty smart knowing the defenses.
3rd and 12. Foles just rifles one towards the feet of Polk with the pressure coming. And the Jets able to put the heat on Foles. Troy Davis still looking now at a 52-yard field goal attempt if they want to try it, or to send out the punter for the field position game.
This play was made not really by the pressure of the Jets defense, but by Duzable, who at his left defensive end saw a screen pass coming, slid down the line, and then was able to force the quarterback to throw it away. Good play.
Zach Rogers standing at the 10. See if Jones can pin the Jets deep. He cannot. 34-yard punt, a net of just 14 for the veteran Jones. Jets get the football back at the 20-yard line. Preseason finale, the Jets and the Eagles. 10-2, Jets have the lead on Philadelphia. Just over 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
False start. Offense number 44. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Chris Pantale, rookie tight end from Boston College, called on the false start.
Well, he thought it was on first sound, but we all know, Ian, and of course you know that thought he was swimming and he drowned. So you can't be thinking out there. You've got to react and do it.
Yeah, I'm with you, 100%. I thought I knew what you were talking about. First down throw to Conrad Rulin, and he fumbles the football. Scooped up by Colt Anderson, and the Eagles get it back at the 26-yard line.
And all it does, it throws that defense back on the field once again. Helmet on the ball. You know when you're going to get hit. M.E., mental error. Think about, I've got to control the ball. Plenty of times people have hit the ball with their helmet. But if you're not thinking about it as the ball carrier, it will come out.
Acho with the hit.
God bless you.
Rulin coughs it up. And Rulin upsetting himself, the second turnover by the Jets here tonight. So Philly gets it back. Foles fakes the handoff. Looking deep. Foles in trouble. He is sacked. Leger Duzable.
My guy, Leger Duzable. Here's the guy. He's got him on. He keeps coming, folks. That's all. Being held like crazy, but he still is able to make the play. Good coverage in the secondary allows a second effort by Duzable.
2nd and 16. It's Brown trying to find a lane. Picks up 5 yards on the play. Lanier Coleman in on that stop. First year out of Louisiana Lafayette. He's an unbelievable story. He was a strength coach at Cal, an assistant strength coach. And the strength coach at Cal said, why don't you give it a shot? He talked about maybe trying to get back into football. And here's Coleman now playing in the NFL preseason game after a long layoff. Jeff Mail with the catch. Jacquez Smith and Nick Bellore collaborate. 6-yard pickup for Mail.
Good play by the Jets defense. In other words, holding the 3 downs and out. Once again, the offense is so thankful about that. Although nobody goes up to the defenders and says, hey, guys, thanks a lot. Really appreciate that.
Fumble by Conrad Rulin gave Philadelphia the field position. Now it's a 38-yard attempt. Alex Henry, third-year kicker out of Nebraska, drills it. And it's 10-5 Jets. 2:34 remaining in this first half.
Rex Ryan certainly happy about the way his defense is playing, and not because it's 10-5. It's because they're doing the things that they've been practicing all preseason with. They've been able to enlarge the playbook on the field to the young guys and see what they really can do. Put them in positions to make a play and see if they're able to make a play. For instance, a linebacker stepping up into the hole. Does he make the tackle, or does he fall down?
Coming this fall, Academy Award winner Robin Williams returns to television with Sarah Michelle Gellar. The Crazy Ones, this fall only. CBS 2. Alex Henry will kick it off for Philly. Mike Edwards is now the deep man for the Jets. Edwards, the rookie out of Hawaii, also played at the University of Tennessee. Edwards decides to take a knee. Thought about it and then thought again. And the Jets will have it at the 20-yard line with Matt Sims continuing to man the quarterback position. Dodge scoring summary for Philadelphia. 4 plays, 5 yards. Henry, the 38-yard field goal to bring Philadelphia to within 5.
You know, if I'm Matt Sims, I'm living large. I'm loving this. This may be his only chance to show anybody what he can do in a preseason game, being the fact he was the 14th quarterback.
Jets have turned it over on their last 2 possessions. Here's Sims off play action. Set it up underneath, trying to break a tackle. Good sign. Madhu is back in there. 5-yard pickup. Madhu left with an apparent knee injury. And now he's able to come up with the football and turn it upfield. Some miscues for the Jets.
Absolutely. Mental error by Matt Sims there. Mental error not holding the ball. Mental error not holding on to the ball. So look at things that happen on the field. They become a turnover. A lot of it is due to a mental error. Concentration.
8 straight completions for Sims. Make it 9 in a row. Madhu with the catch and run. Madhu showing a good burst. Caleb Schlauderoff getting outside to provide some extra room for Madhu. 9-yard pickup. We've hit the 2-minute warning. Second quarter at MetLife. Bottom of the 4th. Jets lead 10-5 over Philadelphia. 1:56 to go in this second quarter. Sims started 6 of 7, then missed on his next 4 passes. He's hit on his last 9. On first down. They'll ride Madhu. Brought down by Benny Logan. 4-yard gain. Sims is 15 of 20. 130 yards in the first half for Matt Sims.
You got to love it. And if you're Matt Sims, you got to love it. You're doing what you love to do, and you may be the 4th guy, but
Sims puts it on the money to Michael Campbell. It's a first down. That's 10 straight completions now for Sims. Coming up at halftime, we'll send you back to our New York studio for the latest from CBS 2 News. We'll bring you a look at some of the great work the Jets are doing in the community as well. That's all coming up at halftime right here on CBS 2. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. We have 1:28 to go in this second quarter. Campbell is 3rd catch for 41 yards. From the gun, Sims. Thrown down and a flag. 4 of them. He got pulled down by Benny Logan.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 96, grasping the helmet opening. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
he didn't really mean to do that, but that's what happens when you grab a face mask. Can't grab face masks no matter how many times. It's an accident. He did let go of it, though.
So that's an accident in your eyes?
Absolutely. No defensive player on purpose grabs a face mask. I'm telling you.
So they're just grabbing for something, and it just happens to be the face mask?
Right. So as he reaches his arm up, the head turns. Next thing you know, it's a face mask, and that's what happens when you close your eyes as a defender.
I feel like if I had Boomer Esiason in here, he'd have a completely different take.
Well, he does.
Obamanu, low throw, and it's incomplete. Clock stops, 1:17 to go in this first half. Watch the synchronicity here on the flags.
Boom, 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 boom. It's practice for the referees, too. It's practice.
Everybody saw that one. 2nd and 10 now for the Jets.
I didn't say it was right. I just said it was an accident.
There's Sims. Fires to the sideline, and it's Campbell again. Matt Sims, 8-yard pickup, getting the opportunity tonight and making the most of it.
Very good play by Matt Sims. Now, there were times, he's had mental errors. The safety was one, pass here, of running around. There are times that it happens, but the game is so fast, you have to give quarterbacks a break at a certain time, especially when there's a jailbreak on the defensive line. Next thing you know, they're in the backfield. But overall, he's played well both times that he's played for long times in a game.
3rd and 2. Ledoux. And now what do you do? Just inside the 30-yard line, he had to get to the 29. Clock is moving, under a minute to go. And they're keeping the offense on the field as Khalil Bell checks in on 4th and 1. Geno Smith, no action for him tonight. That's the rookie behind him, Sheldon Richardson. On 4th and 1. Bell has got it. And a little bit extra. Timeout taken with 34 seconds to go. Rex Ryan now has 2 timeouts to work with. Jets have a new set of downs late in this 2nd quarter. This weekend, CBS Sports puts on the world's toughest tennis. The U.S. Open Championships. All-star lineup for you on the courts of Flushing Meadows. Every day, coverage begins at 10 a.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Continues at 11 a.m. on CBS Sports.
And are you going to be there?
I am going to be there.
At those tough tennis matches?
It's tough.
It's unbelievable.
Well, the Mets beat Philadelphia. New York over Philly 11-3. Similar to our score, the New York-Philly football score.
To even compare football to baseball is
all right, wait
just
a second now.
unbecoming.
So you've now ripped tennis and you've ripped baseball in a matter of 15 seconds. You're taking everybody out tonight in the final preseason.
Let's not even get to basketball.
Nobody else is a true athlete other than football players.
Now you get it.
Throw is handled by Ledoux, but the Eagles were ready for it with Jake Knott, the rookie out of Iowa State, and it's a loss of 3 on the play. Another timeout called by the Jets. 27 seconds to play in this first half. They lead at 10-5. CBS 2 News at 5 is more than just the headlines. It's more of the stories that matter to you and your family. More health news, more life and style, more reporting from your neighborhood. CBS 2 News at 5 with Maurice Dubois and Christine Johnson. Weekdays at 5. Expect more. Nick Folk, potential opportunity for him. Dan Carpenter nailed a 45-yard field goal in the first quarter. 2nd and 13. 1 timeout left for the Jets. Shotgun Sims. Rush coming. Sims gets rid of it. Rulin's got it. Rulin trying to get towards the sideline, but he's still inbounds. And a penalty flag.
Foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 30. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Colt Anderson called on the penalty. And the Jets get the first down and 15 yards to boot.
No matter really what you do, stupidity is bad, especially leading with your head. When you know, don't lead with your head into the quarterback. And whether it's a Jet or an Eagle or it's any player, if you're a defensive player and you do that, I mean, that's just shame on you.
Line of scrimmage is now just inside the 15-yard line as Sims took the pop. 20 seconds to play. First half. Sims gets it to Ledoux, who's cut down just short of the 5. 8-yard pickup. And the final timeout used by New York with 14 seconds to play.
Sitting around, you just kind of know that what's going on here is you want to make sure that the guys are there, clear out, make the room for the running back to come around, and that's exactly what the wide receiver did. Clear that out in the red zone, and you find out that you can get 8 to 10 yards, especially if someone's playing man-to-man in the red zone. Good call, good pass, good play overall by Jets offense.
14 seconds left. We saw the Jets mishandle this situation in preseason game number 2 against Jacksonville. Had no points to show for a strong drive at the end of the first half. We've got 14 seconds to work with here. On second down. Movement. Left side of the line, Brian
Number
Winters.
67. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
The rookie out of Kent State. There was a question as to whether or not Winters or Ducasse would be the starter, especially after Stephen Peterman was released. And it looks like Ducasse has the upper hand right now for week 1 against Tampa Bay.
So far he does, and as far as I know, Mike DeVito said he's been playing pretty good. Ronnie Heller, offensive line coach, again, assistant coach, says he's been playing pretty good, so he's coming around. It's not like they're just giving him a job. He certainly is earning his pay.
Have to look for the end zone here. No timeouts remaining. Sims, ball was swept away as he released it. 6 seconds left. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Trying to spike it, and again, the Jets have nothing to show for a drive deep in the opponent's territory at the end of the first half. It happened against Jacksonville, and it happens again here in the 4th preseason game. Sims had the ball knocked away right there.
That's, again, here you have the quarterback. I know he's trying to get it done, but he's got to just step up a little, and he just doesn't. Good play by the defender.
End of the first half, Jets lead at 10-5. You're watching New York Jets football on CBS 2. Halftime, the Jets leading the Eagles 10-5. Final preseason game for both of these teams. 13th straight year that they've wrapped up the preseason against one another. Ian Eagle along with Greg Buttle. Okay, storylines coming in. Obviously, quarterback situation. Mark Sanchez not in uniform. Geno Smith is in uniform, not playing. Greg McElroy, knee injury, not available. So it's Matt Sims' show right now.
It is Matt Sims' show, and you've got to make some type of case for Matt Sims the way he's played the last 2 games, where you just can't forget the kid. He comes out there and shows you something, and I think every coach in the league is going to be watching these tapes.
So Matt Sims, who does not have a lot of collegiate experience, not like he was a 4-year starter and accumulated all of this experience and reps, a little bit of a raw talent coming to the Jets after his stint at Tennessee. Last year got a look in preseason, didn't see a whole lot of action. This year signed to a futures contract, comes back for training camp, and then gets this opportunity because of all the injuries at the position.
It's the steely eyes of Phil Sims looking at you. That's all I can tell you.
Looking at you, because the two of you did go up against one another back in your playing days. Right now, let's take a look at our first half stats presented by Toyota. The nationwide clearance event is going on now. First half numbers, 97 total yards for Philly. Jets go for 157, 99 of which came through the air. But the turnovers, 3 of them for New York.
Well, 3 turnovers, but they've been offset by 7 sacks by the Jets defense. The Jets defense has held the Eagle offense to 3 downs and on the field goal. So those turnovers mean nothing because now that half is gone. You have to go out in the second half and say, what is our offense going to do and how are they going to make mistakes?
And now the final opportunity for players to make an impression on the coaches before they do it for real. 1 week from today will be the NFL season opener, and the Jets will open up next Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Russell Shepard will return it. Dan Carpenter will kick it off for New York. Second half underway from MetLife Stadium. And Carpenter drills it.
You know, have you seen so many kickers kick it out of the end zone? I mean, in the last year, you're starting to see almost every kicker kick it out of the end zone. What's going on?
Anything short of a touchback is really a disappointment now.
It really is to me. All of a sudden, it makes that kick return game almost non-existent if you have a kicker that does that all the time.
Change at quarterback. Matt Barkley, the rookie out of USC. Fine career for the Trojans. Taken in the 4th round by the Eagles. Handoff. Chris Polk. Polk keeps the legs churning, picks up 3 yards. Brought down by Junior Almavi and Nick Bellore, who sees extended action for New York.
Yeah, good play. I mean, there it was. That's, again, the read option, and Bellore and they step up into the hole and make the play. It would have been much better if it was held at the line of scrimmage, but they gained 3 yards.
2nd and 7. Barkley. Incomplete lunging attempt from Greg Salas. But he could not work around Isaiah Trufant. Yeah, looks like Trufant's going to make this team. Now in his 3rd year out of Eastern Washington. Played in the Arena League, played in the UFL. You know the name Trufant. Brother that's been a veteran corner in this league, now shifting over to safety. 3rd and 7. Here's Barkley. On the crossing route, Mail with the catch. And picks up 3 yards on the play. Not enough for a first down. Good tackle from Mike Edwards. And Philadelphia will punt it.
Yeah, and Sapp had some nice pressure in there, was able to get into the quarterback, get in his face, and did not hit him with his helmet. Good play, holding off from hitting the quarterback.
Donnie Jones, the punter. Zach Rogers standing at his own 23-yard line. Jones, left-footed kicker. Sails into the hands of Rogers at the 26. Flag thrown as Rogers advances to the 30. 48-yard punt, 4-yard return early on in this 3rd quarter. Terry McCauley getting the word from his crew member.
During the kick, holding, receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So back it up 10 yards. More of Matt Sims. There's only one other quarterback available. That's Graham Harrell, who was picked up yesterday. Harrell, who saw a lot of time in the preseason game against Seattle last week, was trying to secure a spot on the Packers roster. And a bit of a surprise. The Packers released him, now trusting that Vince Young can handle the backup duties behind Aaron Rodgers. And now Harrell is trying to carve out a career here in the NFL. Sims throws, juggled and caught by Spadola. First down, Jets to the 45.
And that appeared to be a back shoulder pass, but I don't think so. I just think it was underthrown. Spadola made a wonderful play on the ball. You see Matt Sims trouble someone in his face. So that was a very good play by Spadola. Good catch.
Lindley went down awkwardly, and he is yet to get up. Trevard Lindley, 4th round pick from Kentucky. And they're checking the right lower leg, and that's low. That's the ankle. 13:30 to go on the 3rd. We'll step aside. Working on the right foot of Trevard Lindley, who was in on that play against Ryan Spadola. Matt Sims continues to put up impressive numbers. Jets lead at 10-5. First down at the 45-yard line. Sims to throw it. Hooks a pass on time to Campbell. And Campbell breaks free. Down the sideline. Campbell out of bounds. The catch and run by Campbell turns it into a big gainer.
Now that's how you make a football team. You make a play like this, simple stop, ball is on time, good quick feet, run around the corner, show some speed. That's how you make a football team, folks. Nice play by Campbell.
41 yards for Campbell. And Obamanu is in the game. The clock winding down. Sims rolling. Sims throws on the move to Pantelli. Good move up the field for the rookie out of Boston College. Jets are on the move once again. It's a 7-yard gain.
Sims just keep rolling. And a lot of this, folks, is it really is a lot of stuff is on his own. And I'm not trying to be critical of anything else, but quarterbacks must do some things on their own. Get away from a little rush. Step up, get away from the defensive end. Make sure that you see the right guy. So far, he's doing a pretty good job.
2nd and 3, high snap. Bell breaks free. Khalil Bell reverses. And what could have been a big loss as Travis Long bounced off of Bell. Bell's able to turn it into just a modest loss of 3 yards.
Well, first of all, there's a free guy who misses the tackle. Khalil Bell comes back, runs halfway around the world, gets a couple yards back, but at least not caught for a huge loss. Puts in a 3rd and 7, which gives the offense, you know, like a quick throw ability to maybe make a first down or a quick touchdown.
On 3rd down, Sims pulls the trigger. Incomplete. In the area of Pantelli. Field goal unit will come on. 4th down. Sims now 23 of 30, 233 yards. It's going to be Nick Folk on for a short field goal attempt. A 28-yard attempt for Folk. Last year, connected from 54 yards away. That was his long. And he puts the 28-yarder through for a 13-5 advantage. 11:23 to go in the 3rd. Sims, I knew he had an opportunity there. Instead, the Jets have to settle for 3. Santonio Holmes, wide receiver, back in uniform, returned to practice on Monday. That Lisfranc injury, had 2 surgeries on the left foot, suffered the injury on September the 30th last year against San Francisco. It's been a little bit of a cat and mouse game as to when Holmes is going to be back. He said, look, I'm day to day, week to week, trying to figure it out. There are some that believe he could be ready to go against Tampa Bay in the opener. Nick Folk with another touchback for the Jets.
Well, why not? It's only been 11.5 months since he was injured, so I would think he should at least be ready to give it a shot. Maybe not a full game.
5 plays, 17 yards. Folk the 28-yard field goal. Yeah, obviously he's a game changer for the Jets as well. They're looking for a veteran presence, someone who's got a body of work at the wide receiver position. Hill and Gates are more unknown entities. Give to Chris Polk up the middle for 4. Ricky Sapp with another tackle. Let's send it downstairs. Check in with Otis Livingston along with Pro Bowler Nick Mangold.
Thanks, Ian. And soon after my Rex Ryan interview, my wife texted me and said, did you know there was a Viking guy behind you? I didn't even have to turn around. I knew it was you. It's casual night. Look, let's take a look down. He's got the flip-flops going. Casual night.
Not casual night.
What is it then?
It's a necessity.
Is it?
It is.
Why is it a necessity?
Lower leg injury. Oh. That's all we're saying.
Okay, so listen, we're gonna
do that to my guys.
We're gonna play for real 2 Sundays from now. Where's this team right now?
I think we're where we need to be. I thought we got some good work this spring. This preseason, I thought we did some good things that we can build on. And we're excited to get started.
How about this offensive line? You guys going to be providing protection for your starting quarterback, also opening holes for the running backs. How is this gelling?
I think we're doing pretty good. It's difficult because it takes time, and that's the biggest thing that we've been trying to work on this spring is to make sure that we get enough time together off the field You know, to get that kind of feeling like, hey, I know this guy, I want to block that much better for him, I want to help him out, he wants to help me out. So, you know, it's a continual process, and I think we're doing a good job. So.
Is there any concern right now that you guys don't have your starting quarterback name right now? This has to be the first time that you've been involved in a situation like this, right?
No, there's been battles all along, you know, so I think that it's another piece in the process, and, you know, we're looking forward to getting to work here shortly.
You're closest to Mark Sanchez. We have a Twitter question tonight at Cindy Shue and at Christine Johnson. Want to know, what's up with the headband? Do you like it, and should he continue wearing it?
Why do we really care? That's my issue.
They want to know. Inquiring what?
Does anyone care that I wear a hat?
They love that you have the beard, the mustache, the Viking.
Okay. Well, the mustache is included in the beard. You're good. And that's me. A beard without a mustache would be a chin strap.
Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Thanks a lot. All the best this season,
No,
Nick.
thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
All right. I and Greg, back to you.
He is an entertaining guy. There's no doubt about it. Nick Mangold. Right now, Nick Bellore was slow to get up.
That's the Big Ten for you.
Oh, yeah. Proud Buckeye. Four-time Pro Bowler. And a very full beard at that.
I like the lower leg injury, though. I like that. I thought that was neat.
JoJo Dixon will step in for Bellore. And who exactly will be in that starting lineup along that offensive line? We presume it will be across left to right. Ferguson, Ducasse, Mangold, Cologne, and Austin Howard. Cologne, one of the new additions, came over from a winning program, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Won a Super Bowl with the Steelers.
I would knock out Brian Winters from starting, that's for sure.
3rd and 1. Eagles convert with Chris Polk. Got ahead of steam for a 5-yard pickup. They will have to make some cuts along this offensive line.
Boy, you're not kidding. And let me just see who I would say would make it. Right? You know, you look at those offensive linemen, and there's a number out there, and I'm going to say that they're going to have, depending on the quarterback, 7 to 8 offensive linemen. And when it comes down to it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12. You know the starting lineup. What are they going to do in the back? Is it going to be Schlotteroff, Jason Smith? You know that those are guys that are going to be there. The other 1 or 2 we don't know because of the injuries that are at the quarterback position.
Barkley swings it to the outside. Hauled in by Jeff Mayo, able to turn the corner for a 5-yard pickup. Well, Winters is going to make the team.
Correct.
We know that. Question at center, is it Schlotteroff or Cook to back up Nick Mangold? And then Jason Smith, Ode Abushi, a 5th-round draft pick.
Well, it's like you said, if you have, depending whether you have 7 or 8.
Wide open, Greg Salas. You also have Will Campbell, a 6th-round draft pick as well.
But I think you're right. You got.
If you're tuning in for CBS Primetime, you can find tonight's programs on our sister station, WLNY TV 1055. Big Brother at 9 o'clock, followed by Elementary at 10. 8:45 to go in the 3rd. Barkley on a give. And a spin move by Matthew Tucker, rookie out of Texas Christian. 7-yard pickup. 2nd and 3 now for Philly. Barkley fakes the handoff. Barkley throws over the middle. It's complete to Moma. Brought down by Josh Bush. So moving with a little more pace here offensively with Barkley now running the show. 13-yard pickup.
Well, Jets playing in and out defense there, man-to-man, and you've got to be able to come up and make the play. If you're going to give your offensive player that you're playing off to the safety, he better be making sure that he's there before that happens.
Eagles move the chains. 13-5. Jets leading Philadelphia. Barkley. The quick hitter, Jeff Mayo walking the tightrope and turns it into a 9-yard gain.
And a bubble screen doesn't work unless a wide receiver is able to tie up a defensive back, and that's exactly what happened there. give the other wide receiver a chance just to make a move and get downfield.
Philadelphia now over 100 yards passing. Jets 176. Second and 1 now for Philly. Barkley on the give. Bulldozing is Tucker. Doesn't appear like he got it though. As Tucker took a hit from Antonio Garay, the 8-year veteran out of Rahway High School, Rahway, New Jersey. So now third down. Barkley operating out of the gun. Handoff right up the middle for Tucker. He's got a first down. First and goal after the 4-yard pickup.
Again, this is that hurry-up offense. Keep the same defense on the field.
Barkley fakes the handoff. Throws. And tipped away by Bush. Moma, the 6'7" target, was the intended receiver for Philly. A little wraparound there for Mike Edwards. That's 5'10" against 6'7". And Bush able to get a piece of it.
Good play by Josh Bush there.
16th play of the drive. Second and goal for the Eagles. Motion man, Harbert. Barkley on the give. Up the middle for Tucker. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Philadelphia down by 2. And now Chip Kelly will decide if they'll go for 2, which they will. Kicker isn't coming onto the field. Strong run by Tucker. Eagles will go for the tie here. 6:35 to play in the third. Shotgun, Barkley. Again, the handoff. Slicing his way to the end zone is Tucker. 16 plays, 80 yards, and the Eagles have tied this one up at 13 apiece. The impressive drive directed by Matt Barkley. Running game was working as well for Philly. New York Jets football on CBS 2 is sponsored by Toyota. Hurry in for big savings during Toyota's nationwide clearance event. Verizon, official telecommunications provider of the New York Jets. And by Honda Tri-State. Go to your local Tri-State dealer for deals on the 2013 models. Knotted up at 13 apiece. A 16-play drive for Philadelphia. Tucker, the 3-yard touchdown run. Alex Henry kicks it off. Mike Edwards is deep. Touchback, Edwards a knee. Jets have it at the 20 with 6:35 remaining in the third. Now all knotted up. Final preseason game, Jets and Eagles. Season opener for the Jets next Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eagles will open on Monday night at Washington. Matt Sims, it's been all him at the quarterback position. Handoff to Khalil Bell, and Bell veers for a 5-yard pickup. Time for our QB comparison presented by Dodge. Only person we can compare Sims to is himself from last week. Had 5 drives against the Giants, went 6 of 10, 120 yards and a touchdown. Tonight, 23 of 30, 233 yards, no touchdowns, no picks.
Well, the big number that doesn't exist there is 8.56 or 7 yards per attempt, and that's excellent.
Sims on a slant connects with Obamanu. Clock is moving, under 6 minutes to go in the third. That's an 8-yard pickup and a new set of downs for the Jets to work with. Matt Sims was 4th on the depth chart when the preseason started. Injury to Mark Sanchez, not in uniform. No word on how that right shoulder is doing. Geno Smith available tonight, but the Jets deciding not to play him, considering the fact the regular season opener is just around the corner. Khalil Bell takes it for 6 yards up the middle, and Greg McElroy out with a knee injury. As we send it downstairs now, Otis Livingston standing by with one of the newer Jets, Antoine Barnes.
Antoine Barnes, you have a history with Rex Ryan, played for him in Baltimore, went away to San Diego. Now you're trying to make another Rex Ryan squad. What is it about him that attracts you as a defender to him?
He has a gift that that nobody doesn't have as far as defensive-wise. The scheme that he does, the way he makes plays, the way he makes guys make plays, and no other guy like him.
You had 11 sacks a couple years ago with San Diego. Is that what the Jet fans can expect out of you, to be able to put the pressure on the quarterback, something that they've been missing the last couple years?
Oh, what are they going to expect from me to come out here and compete and be the best Jets player ever? I'll also go along with the guys that we have and just be the best defense ever.
Rex has said that this could be a top 5 defense in the NFL. Your thoughts on that?
Once he's right, he's right. You know, that's something we're trying to get to. That's something we want to do for him, for this team, and for the city. So we're going to have a chance to do that.
All right, all the best to you, Antoine Barnes. First down pass by Max Sims. I am back up to you.
Well, Otis, they ruled that the ball did hit the ground. Khalil Bell is asking Rex Ryan to throw the challenge flag. Here's Sims rolling out of the pocket. And a look at Bell. Was he able to get under it? Yes, he was. And there is the challenge flag from Ryan.
New York is challenged that the receiver caught the pass. Timeout.
That's an excellent job by Bell to cradle it right into his chest. And that's the angle that Terry McAulay is going to look at. We'll come back in a moment. Terry McAulay took a look at that replay during the break.
After review, the receiver gained possession of the ball before it touched the ground. It is a completed catch. The ball will belong to New York at the Philadelphia 49-yard line. New York is not charged with a timeout.
You know, a couple of things there, Greg. A, give Bell credit for getting under it and making a clean catch. B, he gets credibility in Rex Ryan's eyes because right away he told the coaching staff, throw the red flag. He was that certain about what he had done on the receiving end.
Well, he's got it's a heads-up play by him, number one. Number two, good concentration on catching the ball. I don't know if he's going to get a lot of brownie points because he told him to challenge it, because that's what other guys get paid up in the box to tell him.
Yeah. And sometimes it's the little boy who cried wolf theory, but everybody thinks it's a clean catch. Conrad Rulin knocked towards the sideline and out of bounds by Coleman. Kurt Coleman with the stick. Here's Bell right away saying throw the red flag. A pretty good chance Bell's going to make this football team just based on the numbers at the running back position, with Ivory, Powell, and Goodson not available until week number 5 for the Jets.
That's correct. And you got Maydew and Bohannon. You're going to have 5 running backs. I do believe they're going to keep 4.
Lex Hilliard is now on injured reserve with a rib injury and shoulder problem. 2nd and 4. Sims gets out of trouble, and he's got the angle. It is right on that first down marker. And it is enough. Go legit with your fantasy football this season only on NFL.com with free live scoring and instant video highlights within seconds of the play action. Getting started is easy. Sign up for free at NFL.com/fantasy. Matt Sims has hit 20 of his last 22 passes. Here's Bell. Getting to that second level. Khalil Bell. Out of UCLA. 6-yard gain.
And he's getting to the second level because the offensive line is giving him some holes, too. I mean, there are some times where he's made yardage because he's had his feet going, but a lot of times this offensive line has been playing well against the run and playing well against a very stout defensive front of the Eagles.
So Sims, 20 of his last 22. His dad, Phil, was, of course, 22 of 25 with the Super Bowl.
What's the difference?
Well,
What's the difference, you know?
I mean, it's football. It's
All these
professional football.
all these, everybody makes these big deals out of quarterback records. Come on.
Now 21 of his last 23 as he makes that connection to Spadola. And another first down for New York. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third. Well, Matt Sims has built up a lot of film here tonight. And more than he had coming into this combined from last year to this year. Nice cut by Bell.
Impressive.
Good block by Winters up front. And Bell turns it into a 6-yard pickup.
Leo Bell is doing everything he can to make it happen.
No Joe McKnight. He was released. Chad Spann was one of those names that popped up early in preseason. No longer a part of the team. They picked up Madu. They picked up Bell. And Bell, 16 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown tonight. And Bell gets thrown down. 4 defenders in the area ready for Bell. Trying to run towards the outside. Loss of 1 on the play, depending on the spot.
You know, a lot of people have asked him about McKnight because he was such a very good kick returner, and he's gone, and you've got to replace him. And so far, Clyde Gates is going to do pretty good at that as a kick returner. And you know, when Goodson comes back, he knows how to return kicks also. So the Jets aren't short of kick returners.
Chris Ivory, that's the player that they felt would take over the running back duties. Powell has been a standout in the training camp and preseason. Spadola with a catch underneath. And very close. Down to 10 seconds left in this third quarter. And it is enough for a first down. That's going to be the final play of the third. Jets and Eagles tied at 13. 1 more quarter remaining in the preseason. Jets looking to take the lead when we come back. You're watching New York Jets football on CBS 2. A look at our stats through 3 quarters presented by Toyota. The nationwide clearance event is going on now. 293 yards for the Jets, 183 for Philly. 21 first downs for the Jets offense, led by Matt Sims.
And in any normal game, 293 yards for only 3 quarters. I mean, come on, that's over 300 and some yards per game. That's pretty good for an offense, especially when it's been led by a full-team quarterback, if that's what you like to describe him.
On first down, Madu goes in motion. Sims throws, and Madu, the momentum carried him towards the sideline, and a penalty marker thrown. There was a lot of contact going on with Madu and Acho.
There's no foul for offensive pass interference. The contact occurred at the line of scrimmage. Second down.
So the pass is complete.
You know, when you sit here, yes, that could be a pick. But in reality, the wide receiver played that very well. That you've got to just fight through as a defender, because they've never called that a pick.
Sims is now 23 of his last 25. Madu gets the call, leans forward to the 15-yard line, 1-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and 7 now for New York.
23 of his last 25.
That's right.
And how many points in those 23 of 25? And that's the end of the game is how many points did you score? And you've got to throw the ball to score points in this league and run it to win, obviously.
Well, certainly an issue at the end of the second quarter when, again, the Jets were unable to put points on the board with time trickling away. 3rd and 7 now for the Jets. Sims out of the pocket. Sims on the move. He's going to run for it. And Sims will come up just short. A yard short. As Colt Anderson made sure he didn't get the first down.
This is great for Sims. A young man coming out, had no expectations by anybody, no look at real upside, has now given you a peek at what his upside may be with more experience, and that is only great stuff for Matt Sims.
4th and 1, could have gone for the short field goal. Rex Ryan is going to go for it inside the 10. Fake the handoff, bootleg. Sims looks, throws, complete to Pantelli for a first down. That's Sanchez, Geno Smith like what they see from Sims. 1st and goal for the Jets.
Yeah, this is a pretty good play. If you can't complete this pass against, a 2nd and 13 defense, you should be yelled at. But it's all good stuff. Everybody supporting Matt Sims, all the quarterbacks.
17th play of the drive. 1st and goal for the Jets. Stacked behind the line of scrimmage. Vinny Curry with the hit on Madu, a loss of 2.
Let's see. No one blocked it. Bang. Ooh, that's a knee crumbler right there.
2nd and goal now for the Jets. Down to 12:14 to play in the 4th. Marty Morningweg calling the plays. Jets looking to take the lead. Sims from the gun. Sims looks. Finds it. Newman with the catch. And he is spun down, getting to the 2-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal after the 6-yard pickup through the air.
So the red zone being a tough place for the Jets this preseason, and a lot of teams. Stop in the zone, turn around, hit them. That's it. That's a real simple play. You're going to play zone. Inside the red zone, when you play zone defense, it's really man-to-man. The minute that guy gets to your zone, you got a man-to-man. You got to go there.
3rd and goal for New York. Tied at 13. Here's Sims. And again, Khalil Bell. Touchdown. Jets go in front. 2nd of the night for Bell. 19 plays, 80 yards for the Jets.
Notice the simple cut. Bang. Up the middle. Real good play. Jump over. Nice run by the young man. Happy. A shot to make this football team looking real promising.
Extra point from Nick Folk. That took 10 minutes and 19 seconds. The Jets eat up clock, and they take a 7-point lead. 2nd touchdown run of the night for Bell. His teammates loving it as well. Long drive by the Jets. They hit pay dirt with a 2-yard touchdown run by Bell. He's looked good tonight. Matt Sims, 8 of 8 on that drive for 45 yards. Dan Carpenter kicks it off to Russell Shepard. Right over Shepard's head for a touchback. Philadelphia's got the football. The Jets have a 7-point lead on the Eagles. Jets 20, Philadelphia 13, 11:16 to go in the 4th quarter in the preseason finale. Eagles were 4-12 last year. Jets 6-10. Missed the playoffs for the 2nd consecutive year. Matt Barkley, 3rd-string quarterback, in for Philadelphia. Matthew Tucker in the backfield. Barkley couldn't get it off cleanly. Pressure coming from Lansana for the Jets. Don't miss the next CBS 2 Jets game Thursday. It's a Thursday night game against the New England Patriots, September 12th. You could see it right here on CBS 2. Catch all the action, the Jets and the Patriots, Thursday night, September 12th, here on CBS 2.
It's a great time, too, 8 p.m.
2nd and 10, Barkley in stride. He connects with Mail. And it's a first down for Philadelphia, brought down by Antonio Allen. 16-yard gain for Barkley and Mail.
Well, that's going to be a tough cutting down there with the defensive backs, because I think the Jets are they've got to keep 9 or 10 the way Rex Ryan plays defensive backs.
Barkley timing around. Juggle knocked away. Play made by Trufant against Russell Shepard, the undrafted free agent from LSU.
And Isaiah Trufant looks like one of those guys has a good shot here making the football team. Alex Langter, Josh Bush, Jaquan Jarrett, Juan Landry, Antonio Allen, Antonio Cromartie, of course, Milliner, Wilson.
2nd and 10. Oh, big stick by Lansana. Matthew Tucker took the brunt of it.
And Duzable was the guy that really made the play. He's the one that gets in there, sheds a block, makes a tackle, and then Lansana becomes the cap.
3rd and 11 now for Philly. Three receivers set. Barkley to throw it underneath, and not nearly enough for a first down. Will Murphy, the rookie out of Oregon, played for Chip Kelly out in the Pacific Northwest, hit by Royce Adams, and now the Jets will get it back. Donnie Jones will punt it to Zach Rogers, standing at his own 11-yard line. 9:40 to go in the 4th. Spiraling kick over the head of Rogers. This one will roll into the end zone. Jets will have it at the 20-yard line. We've got 9:31 to play, and more of Matt Simms when we come back to MetLife. 20-13, Jets leading the Eagles. Matt Simms. We talk about his dad, of course, Phil. Matt's older brother, Chris, played 8 years in the NFL with Tampa Bay, Tennessee, and Denver. On first down, Simms almost had it picked off by Kurt Coleman. Diving attempt as Ben Obamanu, the former Seattle Seahawk, the intended target.
Coleman just reading the quarterback. That's all he did. He sat back there and he sees the quarterback and he jumped the ball. Maybe just a little too late by Matt Simms, but in reading the quarterback, that's the only ball he's going to throw, and that's the only place he's throwing it.
On second down, Madew's got a running lane. Moses Madeu, first down, just short of the 35-yard line. 14-yard rip for Madeu. So the Jets ground attack, presented by McDonald's. Bell, 18 for 64, 2 touchdowns. Madeu, 30 yards on the ground for the former Buccaneer.
And once again, I mean, those are yards from scrimmage after they get through the hole, because there's been some pretty good holes by that offensive line. There's been some breakdowns, but
Simms dropped by Rogers.
Well, he didn't drop it. He let it go through his hands because he was watching the safety coming over to him, which is the problem.
Simms put it on a line.
You watch his head as he's looking down here. Oh.
That's the 4th wide receiver drop of the night. Plus, we've seen 2 fumbles by Jets receivers, costing Simms. 2nd and 10. On a handoff, it's Madeu for a 2-yard pickup. Acho with the hit. Ode Abushi, rookie out of Virginia, 5th-round draft pick. Now let's check out our Jet Spotlight, presented by Verizon, proud sponsor of the New York Jets. Favorite player growing up, Dan Marino. If you could beat anybody, it would be Muhammad Ali. If you change positions, long snapper, you just hang out. Lifelong dream is to retire at 30.
Now there's a thinker right there, the long snapper. Can I tell you something? Nobody hits the long snap.
Great point. Out of Xaverian High School, but grew up a New York Giants fan. Sims. Nice move by Sims. Matt Sims doing it through the air. And when given an opportunity to get out into the open field, he's made some positive plays on the ground as well. Can you feel right now, New York sports radio, the phone lines lighting up? Right now, do you feel that?
I'd love to say I don't listen, but I'm telling you, oh, it's all over the place. Oh, yeah, because this is what everybody wanted to see. I'm sure everyone's, oh, let Matt Sims go out and go 49 of 50 and have it become a big deal. But
now, look, you keep it in perspective. It's the 4th preseason game. Sims just trying to make the football team right now. But you know how it works. Underneath, Sims with a connection to Rodgers. This time he's able to secure it. Well, we know that this Sims had a lot of success here in East Rutherford and then in the Super Bowl. I don't know if you could put together a better night.
That was magic there. Just magic. It just was there for him to sit around there and it was just like it was open, and they caught the ball and it was right on time, and it was almost like he was in fast motion. Everyone else was in slow motion.
So one son, Chris, who logged 8 years in the NFL. Another one, Matt, trying to start his career. Ogbamanu couldn't hold on to it. And Sims has been spreading it around. Ogbamanu has gotten his opportunity. Spadola.
And Matt's
Rodgers,
mad.
Campbell.
He's mad. Sims is mad at himself because it should have come earlier. He saw it too late, and then as he threw it, he had to throw it to the outside because the defensive back was there. He throws it a little too high. The trials and tribulations of an NFL player.
8 different receivers tonight for the Jets. Toppled over Madu. Colt Anderson getting him down low as Madu did the somersault. And it's 4th down for the Jets. 6:24 and counting left in this 4th quarter. Robert Malone will punt it. Jordan Poyer waiting for it at the 10-yard line. Poyer's the rookie out of Oregon State, 7th-round draft pick, a backup cornerback. And here's Malone trying to put the Eagles deep in their own territory. Fair catch at the 9. That's where Philadelphia will have it after the 40-yard punt. Matt Sims put together an impressive night for the Jets. Time for our Jet Stream, brought to you by Lexus. The numbers on Sims: 283 yards through the air. Khalil Bell, 2 rushing touchdowns. And Michael Campbell, good numbers, 5 catches, 90 yards to lead the Jets. Barkley throwing the out route to Jet Mail. Antonio Allen over there defensively for New York. 6-yard gain for Philly.
And if you don't think there's competition still going on a football field, you've got Antonio Allen still in the game, and Jeffrey Jarrett fighting for the other safety position, still on the field, playing the whole game.
Barkley, 2nd and 4, perfectly thrown to Harbor as he leads him for a 17-yard pickup. Otis Livingston standing by downstairs with the veteran tight end, Kellen Winslow.
And Kellen, there's no secret that Mark Sanchez had a special relationship with a guy like Dustin Keller. Do you see yourself as one of those kind of reliable guys that he knows that he can go through when he needs a big throw?
Yeah, I do. My job is to make plays when it's thrown my way, and I don't want to let them down. So I always try and make the play.
Marty Morningweg, the new offensive coordinator here, has that great offense. What is it about that offense that excites you?
You know, he excites me. Just the way he talks, he's old school, and lets you go do your job. As long as you get your job done with Coach Morningweg, the sky's the limit. He's an old school coach. We love playing for him.
You're the son of a former NFL great, Matt Sims, the son of an NFL great. How nice is it to see him out here tonight playing the entire game so far?
It's cool, man. It's a small world. When you got guys like Matt Sims and even Matthews on the other side, it's a small world, and it's fun. It's fun to play with those guys.
All right, good luck this season. All right, all the best. I'm back to you.
All right, Otis, thanks very much. Kellen talking about Casey Matthews, of course, part of that incredible legacy that's been left by the Matthews family in the NFL. Up the middle, it's Tucker. Matthew Tucker hit by Josh Bush, 11-yard pickup. Philadelphia now on the move in New York territory with 4:38 left to play in the fourth. Barkley on a give. Finding the hole is Tucker. And Tucker brought down inside the 40. 6-yard gain for the rookie out of TCU.
And cleanup time here. Here's what happens with these guys that are on there right now. These are guys really at the end of what may be their opportunity. Is they can't guess. They can't be slow. They've got to make a decision and do it. And a lot of times they're unable to do that because they're unsure of this.
Barkley throwing to Will Murphy too high. Antonio Allen over there. Quickly on Winslow. Played just one game last year. One game with the New England Patriots after being released. Pretty surprisingly by Seattle. Winslow thought he had a spot all locked up. 3rd and 4. Barkley, incomplete. Polk, the intended receiver. It's now 4th down for Philadelphia. Winslow has been, I think, a better blocker than what the Jets anticipated when they signed him. The receiving skills, everybody knew about that.
Well, first of all, Idzik must like him because he's here.
Well, that's right.
And he was in Seattle. He was in Seattle. So he knows what he can do. And Idzik's a talent guy, so he's watched him. He understands it. So I think that's the comfort for Kellen Winslow as opposed to his discomfort in other places.
Deep ball. It's too high. Incomplete. And Philadelphia gives it up on downs. Matt Barkley took a shot from Ricky Sapp.
But there is no question, and going back to Winslow, there is no question that guy can play. He catches the ball. He makes things happen. He's athletic. He can catch the ball after the run, the whole 9 yards.
Russell Shepard defended by Antonio Allen on the play. Hey, congratulations to David Letterman celebrating 20 years on CBS. Time flies. Tonight, Dave's all new with the Late Show's very first guest, Bill Murray. He's back on Dave tonight. 3:53 to play now. Bell able to turn the corner and turn it into extra yards. 6-yard pickup. Greg, I want to say congratulations also to you. A big night tomorrow night. Your daughter is getting married.
I'm going to start crying already.
And somehow, I thought this was amazing. For you to invite the entire crew. That's wonderful.
Yes, Christina's getting married. She's got a wonderful guy, Scott, and we've embraced him really because of his family. Bill and Maureen are great. We're going to have a good time.
He's on the squad? He made the squad.
He made the squad. Let me tell you something. But now I will allow him to stop calling me Mr. Bubba.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much to everybody here, especially you, Lion, because you're the biggest supporter, and thank you so much for that wonderful gift.
Yeah, my invite got lost in the mail. You and 270 of your closest friends tomorrow night. Hope you guys have a ball.
Oh, so do I. I think so.
Final 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Obviously, this storyline doesn't go away. Mark Sanchez, will he be ready for week 1? If he is ready, does Sanchez get the start, or does Geno Smith get the start against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Smith did not log 1 minute of playing time tonight, especially after what happened last week against the Giants when Sanchez was hurt on the big hit by Marvin Austin. Timeout called. What's your gut feeling? Week 1 against Tampa Bay, who's under center?
That young man right there is under center, and I'm not so sure that he's under center because he won the job or Mark Sanchez got hurt. But I believe he will be under center, Geno Smith, only because Mark Sanchez does have an injury, and I don't know how bad that injury is. But why get him back in there right away? That's what I'm saying.
Also part of the storyline is they're preparing right now for Tampa Bay. This week, the preparation and practice wasn't for Philadelphia. They were already installing the things that they were looking to do in week 1 against Tampa Bay. It was Geno Smith, of course, getting the reps because Sanchez was physically unable to do so.
And how do you, if you're Tampa Bay, how do you prepare? You got to prepare for 2 quarterbacks. You can't prepare for one or the other. You got to prepare for both of them.
Sims releases to Conrad Rulin. And that's probably part of the issue as to why the Jets haven't made any kind of announcement. They don't feel as if they need to make some kind of public proclamation as to who the quarterback is going to be. You assume early next week we'll know for certain one way or the other.
And I think this offense is going to be all about Marty Mornhinweg anyway. It doesn't matter which quarterback is going to play. This guy's come out with a game plan. He's very good at what he does, and he's got these teams ready to play, being specific and very smart when they play.
Sims, he bounced that one in the direction of Bell. 2:11 to go now in this 4th quarter. The Jets holding on to a 7-point lead. So here's the schedule. Tampa Bay to open things up at New England Thursday night, a game you can see right here on CBS 2. And then home for Buffalo at Tennessee in the first month of the season.
If you take a look at it, and let's just prognosticate for a second. If I'm a Jets player now, I'm saying, why not us? Well, who makes any one of those teams very good? You take a look at New England, of course, it's Tom Brady, it's the offense. But they're not unbeaten. So all the Jets need to do is not get into trouble early and make a game out of it and let their defense play defense and just don't turn the ball over offensively. And I think the Jets would surprise a lot of people.
The punt from Malone goes 32 yards. Poyer the fair catch. And the rest of the schedule looks like this. Jets will have their bye week in November. Schedule lightens up in the second half of the season, although...
Well, that's what they say, but yeah. Miami, Oakland, Carolina...
Until you see these teams in action, we could put numbers with the 2012 record. We know that means very little for 2013. So many changes, and we see year in, year out teams that surprise both in a positive way and a negative way in the NFL. There's always moving parts in this league. We'll hit the 2-minute warning. Picked off! It's a pick six for Antonio Allen. And the Jets just put this one away.
Boy, if you're in a safety competition, you read the play right, make the play, that goes a long way to coaches saying, hey, maybe that's the guy we need pass defense. We'll never know until this week.
Barkley intercepted as Allen jumps the route and takes it the distance. A 20-yard return for the touchdown.
Good play, good break on the ball.
Jeff Mayle, the intended receiver. Allen and Landry, fellow safety, celebrating on the Jets sideline. Extra point from Carpenter. 1:57 to go in the 4th. Allen putting the nail in the coffin, trying to wrap up the preseason on a high note. Antonio Allen, second-year safety out of South Carolina, former linebacker, a 7th-round pick last year with a 20-yard interception return for a touchdown. 1:57 to play. And the Jets lead it 27-13. Nick Folk will kick it off for New York. Russell Shepard is deep. And Shepard's going to take it out with his team down by 2 touchdowns. Tripped up. Shepard could not get past that initial wave, led by Mike Edwards on special teams. So 1:53 left. Matt Barkley back on the field. Eagles right now have 5 quarterbacks on their roster. Dennis Dixon, formerly of Oregon, so has the relationship with Chip Kelly. Played with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. And G.J. Kinney, first-year QB out of Tulsa.
Well, think about it. If you're running that read option, you better have a lot of guys in the background just in case you guys get hurt in the regular season. You need backup guys.
Greg Salas, the intended receiver. If you're tuning in to watch Elementary, you can tune into our sister station, WLNY 1055. Second down now for Philly, 1:49 to go. Barkley shotgun, rush coming. He hits Will Murphy, who gets out of bounds. And they'll move the chains. Stops the clock with 1:42 left, an 11-yard pickup. Pretty big injuries for Philadelphia. Jeremy Maclin, wide receiver, done with an ACL. Aurelius Ben, same situation. They lost linebackers Jason Phillips and Philip Hunt. Greg Salas with the catch, working against Isaiah Trufant. It's Antonio Holmes trying to come back from that foot injury for New York. Barkley, incomplete. He skied it over the head of Moma. Royce Adams drawing the coverage. So 1:20 to go.
And this should be an interesting season for the New York Jets. They don't know who their quarterback is going to be. One of them is hurt. Actually, both of them are hurt to some extent. They have a new defense, almost 7 new guys.
Barkley. He is hit down low. He picks up a yard in the process. Troy Davis put the pressure on and then wrapped up by Duzable. Clock is moving. We'll hit the 1-minute mark. Philadelphia has 2 timeouts left. Mark Sanchez having fun with a bunch of guys along that sideline, poking, prodding. Mark keeping it light. The future of Greg McElroy, what happens with him? A guy that actually started for the Jets last season after Sanchez was ineffective. And Sims certainly has proven that he deserves to be on a roster.
You don't have to prove anything to me. He did a fine job the last 2 nights. Not 2 in a row, but the Giants and this game, certainly.
So a punt from Donnie Jones. Zach Rogers waiting for it at the 16. And Rogers, all he's got to do is secure it. Russell Shepard getting down the field. And it leaves Philadelphia with an opening. The game's over. Philadelphia has conceded. They're punting on 4th down. Just have to catch it. He kind of nonchalanted it.
I don't know. I don't know what goes through people's minds, but just like anything else, and to be a pro, you've got to concentrate like a pro, not like an amateur.
Nashville, Tennessee native has given the Eagles second life. Barkley over the head of the intended receiver, Will Murphy, but a flag down. Antonio Allen trying to stick with him.
Pass interference, defense number 39. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
You know, it's a safety on a wide receiver. That's tough coverage in anybody's book, but there was no touchdown, and that's what Antonio Allen's saying. At least they didn't score a touchdown. Give another shot for the defense to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah, disappointment for Zach Rogers. Perfunctory kind of play. Just bring the ball in and game's over. Doesn't look like Chip Kelly was going to use timeouts. Flag is thrown. Tucker takes it in for the touchdown.
Offside, defense number 47. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
And now Philadelphia an extra point away from cutting this to 7. 36 seconds left.
Dare we say onside kick?
I would say you can come out and just say it. You don't have to dare yourself. That's what Chip Kelly's going to look to do at this point. Hey, if you're in the game, you're in the game. The Jets allowed Philadelphia to stay in the game.
But it's a great opportunity to test your onside kick team. I mean, how many times you get practice in a real game? Never.
Alex Henry with the extra point. 36 seconds left. And a difficult moment for young receiver Zach Rogers. Sunday, September 8th, the NFL on CBS returns with regional action highlighted by Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Chicago Bears. As always, it all begins with JB, Dan, Shannon, Coach, and Boomer. Season premiere of the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines.
I like Rodgers. I like Rodgers. Maybe he's a taxi squad guy, you know, one of those guys, but I think that he still has that good ability to make plays. There he didn't, obviously. He fumbled, one ball went through his hands, but
now they'll put the hands team out there. Obamanu is now the deep man at the 25, but odds are he's never going to see the football. Henry, the onside kick attempt. Toss it up in the air. It's loose. Knocked towards the sideline and out of bounds. The Jets will have it. But it was close to Philadelphia coming up with the football. Spadola was in that position.
We're going to watch Spadola here too, because it's going to come to him. He doesn't jump. He waits for the ball. Now that's why you have onside prevention practice. The next time that happens, he will jump for the ball if he gets another shot.
Obamanu, smart guy, he was a valedictorian in high school, was the one who knocked it out of bounds. And now, Graham Harrell, signed yesterday.
Get paid a lot of money for 36 seconds, right?
I still think he might have his Packers shirt under the Jets shirt. I'm serious. Take a look at what's underneath the Jets jersey. If Graham turns around, it's a bright yellow Packer-like shirt. Might see that peeking out of the top there. And Harrell's done his job. He takes the snap.
Good job out there. Good job. Good game.
The Jets
Good job. Way to play. Good job.
wrap up the preseason with a win over Philadelphia. But the questions still remain.
How you doing? Good job.
Who's going to start at quarterback week 1 against Tampa Bay? Will it be Sanchez? Will it be Geno Smith? 27-20 the final. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium in a moment.